Greetings, everyone, from Atlanta. The Hawks playing host to an Eastern Conference affair here at the Phillips Arena. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg. And Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And this game marks the start of a road trip here for the Raptors.
Kevin, you know, you always want to try to get that first game that starts a long road trip, and that opportunity is right there in front of them now.
They do, but no matter what happens tonight, they've got a lot more games to go on the trip. So this is just the first drop and a big bucket.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Batum in the 3 spot. Lowry has the open look. Good on the three-point shot. Lowry's got himself on the board with 3 there. What about Kyle Lowry on offense? The last 2 seasons, he's been absolutely dominant, Clark.
Yeah, he's developed enough as a point guard now to where he really knows how to direct and lead his team. He's not just a catalyst anymore. He's a leader, and that's the big difference I see with him. And his shot has become more refined.
You know, in talking about Lowry, you see his shooting percentages didn't change much, but his output sure did. I mean, averaging 17 points and 7 assists a game the past 2 seasons. He also converted more threes. I mean, there's very little he can't do on the offensive end.
Here's Millsap, and he jams it with authority.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon. You know, getting back to Lowry, I really admire his aggressiveness. On the break in the half-court set, doesn't really matter. He's really the guy who makes it happen for his team. And he's a potent straw stirring that drink.
Hayward dishes to Schroeder. Outside for Korver. And again, it's Atlanta. Raptors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Lowry passes to DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3 assists now in this one. To the inside. Millsap.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, they retain possession. Korver against DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. Outside for Lowry. Pass to Patterson. Lets it go with the 3.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Fires for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg, he did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. Clark, he won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And, Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Outside, Batum. Tries again. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got his second basket.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the Spurs in San Antonio. The drive by Scott. Here's Horford to stop the run. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Over in the corner, Batum. The tray. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons, Clark. He was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a 3-man or small forward, but what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And getting back to Mike Scott, his three-point percentage and attempts have increased each year he's been in the league. With a high, quick release, he's capable of making tough shots with a hand in his face in a way other players simply can't.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Toronto?
They've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Back to Batum. Lowry kicks to Patterson. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Here's Millsap. And stolen by Patterson. Here's DeRozan. Atlanta with the rebound.
Guys, we were talking about Scott shooting from downtown, but he can also score from mid-range, pick and pop off the dribble. When he's able to square his shoulders, he's deadly. I mean, he's a versatile big guy with a nice shooting touch.
Here's Lowry. After Gordon Hayward's bucket. To the wing on the left. Here's Patterson. Offensive rebound. Batum dishes to Lowry. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. The ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
That's good. And that's now 7 points for Millsap.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And guys, you got to love the front court for these Atlanta Hawks. I mean, Al Horford and Paul Millsap both give up a few inches in terms of height, but you won't find a more skilled and versatile front court in the NBA.
And the Raptors call time here. Well, speaking of the skill of the Atlanta front court, their offense predicated on ball movement and spacing and shooting. A lot like San Antonio, Horford and Millsap a perfect fit.
Really, those two enjoy playing together. Excellent chemistry between them because they're both Mobile, agile, skilled, big guys.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Joseph, the pass to Gordon. And Joseph kicks to Ross. Dishes it to Carroll. To the wing right side. Here's Joseph. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Biyombo with the block. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. And here's Korver from the arc. Another three for Atlanta.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up. And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his second season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
Back to Terrence Ross, Greg, you're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's hit a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process, Kevin. You've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great. They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Korver, good.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
Ross against Korver. Kicks it to Joseph. Comes up empty down low. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 6. And back with the start of the second. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
They've got Horford. Kent Bazemore is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Teague, and it's Hardaway in the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
Here's Joseph. Plenty of space. And the jumper falls for him. Joseph's got 5.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And that Florida team with Horford, Noah, and Corey Brewer, such a tight-knit group. All those guys still competing and defending at a very high level now in the NBA.
Each of those guys very team-first in their approach. That's what they're about, winning. And because they've experienced championship winning, they stay locked into that task.
Hardaway, no good. Passes to Carroll. A 3-ball. Scott pulls it in. Look at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks. It was a win against the San Antonio Spurs. And Teague, here we go. Bazemore gets the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Out to the wing. Here's Joseph. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Teague dishes to Horford. Off with the layup.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
A nice shot by Teague.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Now Joseph, 7 points in the game. Hardaway kicks to Scott. And stolen by Biyombo. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession. And the Raptors with some changes. The Hawks trail by 5. Teague drives in. Horford up top. And the pass to Bazemore. 6 to shoot. Here's Teague. Baseline jumper. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Batum inside the three-point line. That one wide left.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone. And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And that one's good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And finished off by Horford.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
And it's Lowry penetrating. On the wing, Batum. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Clock at 6. And DeRozan. Here we go. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished. Struggled to handle the ball. Created then his own shot. And but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Raptors leading by 6. And it's Lowry penetrating. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark. And it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with his combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The shot by Hayward, wide open. Here's Lopez. And he finishes with the dunk.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a...
Yeah.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And, Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Biyombo is checked in for Valanciunas. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against Chicago. Biyombo with the block. Fast break, Toronto. Batum's running. DeRozan's shot is good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
And Lopez throws it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And Lowry gets it to go.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Back to Batum. And he gets it to go.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Hayward goes in. Schroeder with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Millsap has the open look. No good with the triple. Toronto leading by 12. Here's the screen. Lowry kicks to Biyombo. Down low. Here's Patterson.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Again, Toronto.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Hayward dishes to Schroeder, and he gets the bucket. Schroeder's got 6 points.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
It's stolen by Korver. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Patterson passes to Lowry. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. An even 3-on-3 break. Batum with the steal. He kicks it to Biyombo. On the wing, DeRozan. And the serious dunk to finish it off.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Raptors lead by 16. We'll see you after halftime. And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade.
When you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for DeRozan. 16 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And the approach in that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
So for Toronto right now, They've got Terrence Ross, Aaron Gordon out there with Damari Carroll. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Joseph in at the 1 spot.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Out left to the wing. Carroll kicks to Joseph. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. He feeds it to Ross. 5 to shoot. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Hawks trailed by 15. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
At the elbow, it's Gordon. It's stolen by Schroeder. And Hayward with the stuff.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy.
And the Raptors call time here.
And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence. I don't care who you are or what your circumstances. But you know what? At the end, he rose above it.
And the Hawks making a change here. Felton's checked in. And Joseph kicks to Carroll. Feeds to Gordon. Makes it off the glass. Gordon's got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game. Some of the best numbers of his career.
The feed to Ross. And he dunks it down.
And we're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks are his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
Both teams will make substitutions. The Hawks trail by 19. Teague with a clean look. Atlanta again missing. The drive by Lowry. And Valanciunas kicks to Batum. Outside DeRozan. He dishes it to Valanciunas. Rebound by the Hawks.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot. I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Poked away. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Bazemore gets the bucket. Bazemore's got 5.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
DeRozan. And it's sent back by Horford. The Hawks, another fast break opportunity here. On the wing, DeRozan. Teague covering. Feeds it to Patterson. Lowry inside the line. And the Raptors miss again.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster. or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
Raptors leading by 15. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Fades away. And the Raptors miss again.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
There's the dish to Patterson. Inside. Here's Valanciunas. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Raptors?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those. You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
It's DeRozan with the drive. That is good. DeRozan's got 18 points.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet spring music all day long.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's Hayward.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Valanciunas dishes to Lowry. Back to Valanciunas. And so the Raptors with another turnover. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Check out the game for Korver. He's got 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be. And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks.
Left side, Batum. It's DeRozan with the drive. And power down the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
A little background on Kyle Korver, drafted 51st by the Nets back in 2003. They sold his rights to the Sixers for a little over $100,000 and used the proceeds to pay for their summer league fee.
Well, that, and they also bought a new color copier for whatever that information is worth. It might sound like a mistake in hindsight, but I heard that machine is very reliable.
Assist goes to Nicholas Batum.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime dropped right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Lopez a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Hayward goes in, and he drops it in from the low post. Hayward's got 10 points.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Pass to Patterson. To the wing on the left. And Valanciunas kicks to Batum. And stolen by Hayward. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Lopez. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Lowry with the ball. 8 points for him. Here's DeRozan. And stolen by Hayward. Korver, no luck. Got it off in time. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Raptors. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Raptors leading by 15. Teague out there with Hardaway. Then there's Horford. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Raptors moving the ball around. And it's Gordon missing. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Teague inside the line. And the foul on Mike Scott. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Toronto shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Now here's Joseph. Teague covering. Ross on the wing. Kicks it to Gordon. Look at that jam. Wow. I mean, just beautiful. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's
smokes.
one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Pass to Carroll. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Ross with a wide open look. Here's Gordon. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
And Joseph kicks to Carroll. Dishes it to Gordon. Passes it to Biyombo. Here's Joseph. Cans it from downtown. And the Raptors lead by 18.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And finished off by Horford.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean dunk that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
And Bazemore kicks to Horford. Off target from outside.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
At the elbow, it's Gordon. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Substitution on the court. Toronto with the time.
And the Raptors call time here.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. Outside for Batum. Gets to the corner and buries it. The Hawks trailed by 18. The pass to Millsap. He feeds it to Schroeder. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And finished off by DeRozan.
Jonas Valanciunas.
Come on, fella. Power it down. That dunk was redunculous.
There was absolutely nobody that was going to get in the way of that.
And not when he's coming in with that kind of force.
Kicks it to Patterson. Right side, Batum. And even 3-on-3 break. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
On the wing, DeRozan. Back to Patterson. Inside. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. The Hawks have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. But feeding out to Millsap. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds in this game. And DeRozan. Here we go. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Outside Lowry. On the wing, Batum. He kicks it to Valanciunas. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 15 points in the game for Kyle Korver.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
And he gets it to go.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Here's DeRozan. Offensive rebound. Outside for Lowry. Patterson a screen on Hayward. Back to Valanciunas. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Raptors leading by 18. It's DeRozan with the drive. And Patterson kicks to Lowry. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. And the 3 off target. And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big signing or trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
And he is the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Hayward. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Millsap with over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Toronto.
Clark, look at their number of assists.
Well, they minimized the one-on-one situations, Kevin. They got the ball moving, and it found the open guy.
Great ball movement, you're right. So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for DeRozan. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies. And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve. Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And here is Joseph. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan.